2022 is about to come to an end, and I am really excited to share my top 10 favorite Funko Pops of the year. So let's go and get this one started. What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time on this channel and you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for future content. Today's video, like I said in the intro, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 personal favorite Funko Pops of 2022. Now, I'm really excited to share this list with you guys, mainly because I'm curious to hear if you guys have any of the same favorites on your list. And if not, let me know which Pops were your favorites of the year. And if you don't want to share all 10, at least share your number one favorite or your top 3, top 5, whatever you feel like doing. And I am just excited to hear what your favorites were and if you had any of the same ones as myself. But I do think it was a lot harder to decide my list last year compared to this year. And I think that might be because Funko had a lot more focus on sodas this year compared to Pops. And I did do my top 10 favorites for sodas as well. And I do have that video coming out after this one. So if you guys want to watch that video, if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that one. And I truly do want to see what you guys do think about my top 10 list for both videos. So, okay, let's start it off with number 10 on my list. This is actually a pretty new pop. I just recently shared it in one of my last videos, and I did mention that it might make my top 10 list, and it barely made the cut. It made it at top 10 at number 10. Here it is, from Avatar, the Pop Ride, Toruk Makto, Jake Sully. This pop looks incredible. I actually love it. When I saw it in the box, it looks cool, but once I took it out of the box and saw the details much closer, that's when I decided this pop definitely does deserve to be in the top 10 favorites, and it did make it. It landed at number 10, and it looks fantastic. So for spot number 9, I do have a pop that I don't think a lot of people are going to be putting in their top 10 favorites. For me, of course, the whole list is personal, but I feel like this one, a lot of people are not going to relate to it like I am, but I love Pixar. I always have loved Pixar, except the recent stuff I'm not a big fan of as much as before, sadly, and I'm hoping they redeem themselves with the newer ones coming out. And I love this short. So this is actually the first time they made a Funko Pop for shorts, and I was super excited for it once they got it announced. And it is from Kitbull, Kitty and Doggy. Absolutely adorable, and I love it when they have buddy pops next to a regular pop. So this was definitely a must-have for me once it got announced, and it's so adorable. I love this short. It made me cry. I've watched it many times, and it still gives me chills, and it still brings me tears. It's just so cute, so adorable. The pops came out perfect. I do have the official Con sticker one right here as well. And then they've done Pixar minis. I don't know if you guys could see the Kipple one right here, but I just love this short. And this pop was perfectly executed. They just look super cute. At pop number 8, I have a pop that I do think a lot of people are going to put into the top 10 favorites of the year because of how much hype was behind it. It was really quick at selling out. And I know a lot of people were having difficulties finding it in person. I luckily had found it at Funko Hollywood. I was not able to get it online, and I was not able to find it at Walmart, which was the shared retailer for the con. I can't remember if it's San Diego Comic-Con, I think it was. But here it is. At number 8, we have Super Sonic. This one is incredible. It does glow in the dark. The mold looks fantastic. So we do have a Super Sonic that was a GameStop exclusive in the past. I personally think that one's great, but this one released, and I love this one so much more, and I do think it truly deserves a spot in the top 10. So in 2022, I actually got to add a bunch of Freddy Funkos in my collection, all thanks to NFTs and Funko's boxes that they had online, such as Fun Days. But I had a lot of fun with all the Freddy Funkos I got to add to the collection. And at number 7, I do have a Freddy Funko that was easily my favorite of the year. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if I received another one, it would have made it my top 10. But I do want to mention that. I forgot to mention that earlier in the video. But if a pop did not get received by the end of the year, even though it is a 2022 release pop, I'm not going to have it on my list because I don't really want to count something I haven't seen in person. So those will have to wait till 2023. But the pop that I wanted to mention that would have made it my top 10, which I do think it would have if I had it in hand, would have been the Freddy Funko from the Nickelodeon NFT set, where he's all slimed up with the Nickelodeon blimp. I absolutely love that Freddy. I've been so excited for it, but it did not arrive yet. It's been delayed, so most likely it will have to wait till 2023. And I have a good feeling it will make it in my top 10 next year. But anyways, for number 7, we finally have it. Freddy Funko as Spider-Man. This pop looks incredible. I think this was a beautiful choice for the mold for Spider-Man, and I just love the way Freddy looks with the Spider-Man suits. This was part of the Blacklight battle set from Fun Days. There was a ton of Freddys, and I think this was easily the best one in my personal opinion, and I'm so glad to have it in my collection. Another one that was another favorite from the Blacklight battle boxes was the Freddy Funko as Danny Phantom, but honestly, there was so many awesome Freddys for this box, but this one was the one I decided to pick in my top 10 for the year. So at pop number 6, we have a pop with a funny story behind it. Basically, it is a Target exclusive, and it released at stores before the show actually started for that season, and nobody knew who the character was. And basically, I did collect pops from this show already, so I did pick one up because I thought it was a cool looking figure anyways. And then once the season started, everyone loved this character and it just started selling out. The shelves no longer had him, and now it's going for like $80 to $100 because of how hard it is to find him. And also it's been faked, so just be careful if you're looking for this figure. But it has to be my boy, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. This figure looks incredible, and Eddie was easily one of the best new characters to be introduced from 2022 movies and shows. I love him, and this pop looks awesome, so easily deserved a spot in the top 10 favorites of 2022. So now we're halfway at our top 10 favorites from 2022. I hope you guys are liking the list so far. Of course, if you guys are enjoying this video and you haven't yet, hit that like button. And if you're new to this channel and would like to see more videos like this from me in the future, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate any support I could get from you guys. I really wanted to hit 5,000 subscribers this year, but it did not happen. We're super close to 4,000 though, so that's really cool. And I just want to say thank you guys once again for all the support. You guys are awesome. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all and all your support. But at number 5, we have a new line for Funko. And this one was easily a choice for myself because I love this movie. I've seen it so many times. Never get tired of it, especially during the holidays. So hopefully that's a hint for you guys. It's a big pop, and it is a Pop Deluxe moment from Home Alone. This is awesome. So you have Marv, Harry, and Kevin. This is an hilarious scene, and I love the portrait for the McAllisters right there. They're all Funko, so that's really cool too. But this scene is not 100% accurate in this Funko, but other than that, I still love it, and it deserved a spot in my top 10 for sure. I just want to point out, if you guys do like this pop and you haven't picked it up yet, if you guys go to your local Walmarts, you might be lucky and find it. It's actually half off right now. So instead of $50, you could get this awesome figure for $25. So make sure you guys check out your Walmarts just in case. So I'm not gonna lie, once I made it to my top 4, I had a pretty difficult time trying to decide the order from here, but I ended up deciding, and I'm really excited to share these with you guys because I do think these are gonna land on a lot of top 10 favorites for people's list. But number 4, we actually have a pop that took so long to get. So basically this movie did release last year, and it's basically been a 1-year anniversary already, and we finally got the second wave of awesome figures, and this one was easily one of my favorites of the year. I was so excited for it. It's the Green Goblin from Spider-Man No Way Home, box lunch exclusive. What an awesome looking Funko Pop. I love the mold. The main reason why I didn't make it higher in my top list is because of the eyes. Other than that, it looks perfect. I feel like the eyes just look a little bit off, but this is a really cool Funko Pop, and I am so glad to finally have an awesome Green Goblin for my Funko Pop collection. Now we finally made it to pop number 3 on the list, and I think a lot of people are going to have this one in their top 10 favorites for sure. I absolutely love Star Wars, and this character is one of the most popular from Star Wars overall, and this pop looks awesome. There's already pops of him, but not like this, and it is Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. What an awesome looking mold. I love that he has the double sabers, and we already have pops of him from the dark side as a youngling, and even from the Clone Wars show, but this was definitely a nice one to see finally from New York Comic Con, and it was definitely one of the most populars from the con, so easily one of the best. So for number 2, I do have another Marvel Funko Pop on the list, and this one was a no-brainer for myself. I do truly think this has been one of the best detailed Funko Pops of the year. A really cool looking figure, plus it glows in the dark. Who doesn't love a nice glow Funko Pop? It is exclusive to Box Lunch, and it is from Moon Knight. We have Konshu. This pop just looks incredible. I love the size, the details. Overall, just everything about it is just perfect. And I actually really like this character in the show as well. So definitely was a top choice for myself. Almost made it to number 1, but you guys will see number 1 shortly and know exactly why. But number 2 had to go to Konshu over here. And finally, we made it to my number 1 favorite Funko Pop of 2022. Now, once again, I do want to mention that this is a personal list. I definitely don't think a lot of you will be agreeing with me on this one. But being my all-time favorite movie, it definitely had to be my number 1. It's truly awesome Funko Pop. It's a Hot Topic exclusive. We have the Disney Villain Deluxe Scar with Hyenas. This was part of a 6-pop set, and being my favorite movie of all time, this was easily my favorite of the year. Plus, Scar is my favorite Disney villain. Now, I've said it before, but this Scar and overall the Lion King set in 2014 started my Funko Pop collection. So that's where it all started. So it definitely has a special place in my heart. But this pop is just super cool. I love the way they designed it. I love the mold. And whether or not it's in your top 10 favorites, I do think that you'll agree that this is definitely a really awesome Funko Pop. So there you had my top 10 favorite Funko Pops in my collection for 2022. I do have some honorable mentions I want to mention as well. And another thing I wanted to point out, I mentioned 0 anime pops, and that's not because anime pops aren't cool, because I've said it plenty of times. They are some of the best detailed Funko Pops out there, but I just don't watch anime or collect anime Funko Pops. Or else, if I did, I'm sure my list would have had a good amount of them, because I've said it. They are some of the best looking Funko Pops to ever release. But let's go ahead and share my honorable mention Funko Pops. I do have 5 to share with you guys. But the first one I want to share is one that I really do think is easily one of the coolest pops of the year. It just didn't make my top 10 because the 10 I selected, I just felt more personal liking for. But here it is. From E.T., we have the pop moment. It glows in the dark. We have Elliot and E.T. on the bike. It just looks so cool with the moon. The moon is what glows, and this pop is just really nice, really cool. A great moment. Really classic movie right here. And I thought Funko did an amazing job with this figure. I'll probably share the glow with you guys after I share the honorable mentions and we take a closer look at all of my top 10 as well. So if you guys have been on his channel before, I'm sure you guys have seen how much I enjoy ripping open packs for NFTs, as well as sharing the physical pops out of their boxes once they arrive. So I had to include at least one NFT pop, but unfortunately it did not make it to the top 10. It was pretty close, but it's still an honorable mention. And I think this might be my favorite of the NFT physicals that we've received so far. And it is Snow Ghost from Scooby-Doo. This pop does look really, really cool. I think if it was flocked, it would have probably been number 10 on my list. But for the most part, it's just an honorable mention for me because I do really like the figure, but I don't think it's as cool as the ones that made it on my top 10 list. So I did already have 2 New York Comic Con exclusive pops in my top 10 favorites, but I do have another one to share with you guys today. And this was super close to making the list as well. I just really, really love this pop, and it's such a nostalgic pop. It is Steve from Blue's Clues. I used to watch this so much as a kid, and honestly, I did meet Steve at New York Comic Con this year, and it was so cool. I even got it signed by him, the pop, which is right here with the actual New York Comic Con exclusive sticker. This one is a shared one, and I just have an extra because I do really like this pop enough to have an extra. So being a fan of Pixar, this next one definitely was one of my favorites of the year. Didn't make it in the top 10, but it's one I really wanted to mention. It's in my top 5 favorite Pixar films, and this character does have a few Funko Pops already, but I think this is my favorite mold they've done of him. It's Miguel from Coco. Box lunch exclusive, and it does glow in the dark. A really nice looking mold. I really like the design on this one. And now we're down to the final honorable mention for this video. This one just has so much nostalgia, and the fact that we finally have a pop for this is just super exciting. And it's another one from No Way Home. It is the Tobey Maguire, and this one is just really awesome. So it's a Hot Topic exclusive. Basically, it's just the metallic for the blue spot of his suit, but other than that, it's the exact same Funko Pop as the common variant. But we have been waiting for a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man pop for so long. And I do want to share the back of this box with you guys. All 3 Spider-Mans are in this set. And this set overall is just super exciting for the second wave of No Way Home pops. I do have several of them already, but I'm waiting on all the rest to arrive. So that way, once they all come in, I'll make a full video of that big, awesome wave. So now that you guys saw my favorites of 2022, I do want to share a closer look at them all. Starting with the 5 honorable mentions we have over here. Check it out. So Steve from Blue's Clues, he brought so much nostalgia for me, so I thought this was definitely one of my favorites of the year. I do want to share something real cool about it. So he does have his notebook, of course, and then you guys can see blue is drawn under, which is really cute, as well as the thinking chair. So the fact that they added those details makes this pop so much cooler for me. So I really like it, and it definitely deserves to be mentioned. Now, NFT pops, I've shared many unpacking videos as well as physical pops unboxings. This one over here, Snow Ghost from Scooby-Doo, has probably been my favorite one from all the ones I've received so far. But like I said, if the Nickelodeon set did receive on time this year, it probably would have had at least the Freddy Funko from that set in my top 10 for 2022. But it didn't arrive, so we'll wait till 2023 for that set. And then we have the ET pop moment over here. This one is awesome. So I love the details on this one, and I just love the design overall. Plus the moon glows on this one that we have. So I'll definitely share that with you guys in a bit because the glow is actually pretty awesome, but it's a really nice pop. Love ET, a classic movie, and the mold looks fantastic. Then we have Miguel from Coco over here. It does glow in the dark as well. And like I said, there's plenty of Miguel pops already, but this one is probably my favorite one. Absolutely love the colors and the design. So definitely one I had to mention as well. Then Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. Who does not love Tobey as Spider-Man, and who has not been wanting a pop of him for so long? So after No Way Home, we finally got this after a year of release, and it just looks perfect, and it was really excited to add him in my collection. So those were just the honorable mentions right there that almost made it in the top 10. But let's share a closer look at the top 10 favorites. Number 10 on my list was the pop ride from Avatar. I just really love the details on it. The colors look fantastic, but I just love all this little details they did with the see-through wings right there. And then his helmet, it just looks so cool. I love everything about it, and I think this one was easily one of my favorites of the year after seeing it in person. Then we have Kit Bull as number 9. I just love Pixar. I love Pixar shorts, and this short definitely brought tears to my eyes, and it's just super adorable. I love the way they came out. They look exactly like they do in the short, so this is why it ended up being my favorites for sure. I know a lot of people won't agree, but for me personally, love these pops. The Pop Buddy is so cute as well. Number 8, we had Supersonic, the glow-in-the-dark exclusive. And this was, I believe, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Like I said, I can't really remember, but I just love this pop, and I think a lot of people will definitely agree with me on that one. Number 7 was Freddy Funko as Spider-Man. Definitely my favorite Freddy that released this year. Like I said earlier, if they had sent out the Nickelodeon NFTs, the Freddy Funko from that set would have been in my top 10 for sure. I think I like that one more than this one, but I really do love Spider-Man, so this one was my favorite Freddy of 2022. Number 6, we have Eddie from Stranger Things. Like I said earlier, I really do think Eddie was one of the coolest new characters from any movies or shows in 2022. The pop looks absolutely incredible, and it's basically a grail being valued at $80 to $100. I'm sure there will be more restocks, so I think it will come down a bit. Plus, it's been faked, so that definitely affected the value, but I still think that's one of the coolest pops of the year. Number 5, we had the Home Alone pop moment over here, which is massive. And unfortunately, we can't really take it out of the box. It's all screwed in, and I have it in the case. But I just really love it. The details are fantastic. I did share this in a recent videos, and I talked about it a little bit, why it's not really true to the scene. But overall, I still think it's a great figure, and I just love all the details. So it's definitely one of my favorites of the year. And then number 4, of course, we had the Green Goblin from No Way Home. Now, it's supposed to be metallic, but it really doesn't have much of a metallic finish to it. But overall, what an awesome Funko Pop. Absolutely love the mold. And Green Goblin is just a classic, and I just love that it's basically the one from the original Spider-Mans. I love William. He makes the perfect actor for Green Goblin. I can't imagine anyone else being the Green Goblin. Basically like the Joker in the DC universe. Green Goblin and Joker are the best villains, in my opinion, from any heroes. So I just love this pop. It just looks fantastic. Then at number 3, we have Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones. We have plenty of Anakin pops already, but this one is just really nice. And I'm so glad to have this one for the collection with the double sabers. It just looks super cool, and it's just such an awesome mold. And then number 2 on my list was Konshu from Moon Knight. just look at that bobble and the massive head on this 4-inch pop. It's such an awesome figure. All the details, and of course, being glow in the dark, it was just beautiful. The glow on this thing is insane, so I'll definitely share that with you guys shortly, along with the glow on Miguel and the ET pop moment. And then finally, for number one, I had the Villains Deluxe moment with Scar and the hyenas from The Lion King. That is my absolute favorite movie of all time since I was a kid. And like I said earlier in the video, Scar was my very first Funko Pop along with the Lion King set in 2014. And I just love this new mold. It's so awesome to have all three hyenas along with Scar on one massive pop like this. And it just looks really cool. Be Prepared is definitely one of the coolest Disney villain songs as well. So I just love this pop. It's definitely a personal favorite for me for 2022. Okay, so we got our black light out and we're gonna go and check out the glow on the 4 figures we have that do glow in the dark, which is E.T. the pop moment. We have Miguel from Coco. We have Konshu from Moon Knight. And then we have Supersonic. So we'll start it off with Supersonic. Check out the glow on him. I love when there's glows like for lighter colors like yellow, green, blue. They look so good, even white. So all right, let's check it out in 3, 2, 1. Look at that. What an awesome looking glow in the dark Funko Pop. Like I said earlier, I do expect a lot of people to put this in their top favorites for 2022. Had a lot of hype. It sold out instantly and it was a really hard one to get, whether it was online or in stores. So I do think this was definitely one of the most popular pops for 2022, and I really love it a lot too. Then we have Konshu over here. So this one's glow is just insane. Absolutely love the mold, the design, the details. What an awesome pop. I don't think I've ever seen something like this good as a glow. Definitely one of my favorite glow in the dark pops overall in my collection. Check it out in 3, 2, 1. Look at that, guys. What an amazing design. I just love it. I love how it's glowing in the dark, but it also has like this dirty look to it with the black. So it just looks so cool. I don't know how to explain it, but this is definitely a really cool piece. And I think it's one that will go up in value a lot in the future. So if you guys like to have extra pops and you have room for it, this is one that I would definitely have extras of. Okay, and then we have Miguel from Coco. This one's glow is really cool. It's just, I don't know, I wish it was a little more clear, I guess. The base, that would be really cool, but check it out. I love it. I think it would have looked nicer if it was a little more brighter, a little more on the orange side rather than red. It definitely is orange and red at the same time, but I wish it had a lighter color to it. So that would have been my personal opinion to it, but I just love the mold on this thing. Then we have the ET pop moment here. So this pop, there is a non-glow variant of it, but who would want that after checking out the glow on this one? Okay, are you ready? Because this is insane. I think the price is the same too, but check it out in 3, 2, 1. I just love that. This is definitely why I had this in an honorable mention, because it was so close to making it to the top 10, but I'm just like, I don't know. I love E.T. It's a great classic film, but the ones I put in my top 10, I just love those pops and movies or shows even more. But I just love that figure. It's super cool, and the glow on it is just insane. Let me know in the comments below which glow do you like the most from these 4. I would not get upset if you choose E.T. because it looks super cool. But for me personally, I think Konshu is my favorite of the 4. So that's all I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for future content. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of my top favorite pops of 2022? Also, let me know if you guys had any of the same favorites as myself. If not, I'd love to hear which ones were your favorites that released in 2022. I just want to say thank you guys so much once again for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Let me know what you guys like to see in the next ones. Thank you all for watching, and peace.